Hey cats, old Swine back with you. Different address, same bullshit. Today we're gonna do, as a lot of you might have known, old Mr. Potatohead Stelter finally got the axe over at CNN. So today we're gonna talk about that a little bit. But you know how we like to do around here? We like to smoke with our bullshit. So you want to hit? It go.
She's steady asking me if my soul is safe. Yeah, it's in the deep freezer, it's gonna stay that way. I don't give a fuck if you're mad, you can die mad. I don't give a fuck.
So like I said, and I'm sure most of you already know by now, Mr. Potato Head got the axe. After years of coddling one side of the political spectrum and just opinions and outright propaganda, he's finally gotten a little taste of what he deserves. I'm sure it won't last long. He'll be snapped up by some other liberal, bullshit establishment, pretty quickly, because they're already melting down on the Twitter sphere as if it was some kind of loss or it's some kind of journalist being censored. I mean, the guy's a failure, right? I mean, old Gilligan's Island reruns get more views than this guy was getting on a multi-million-dollar network. So, I mean, overall, the network's failing as well. But here's a little wish off to that cat. Smell you after that.
First, let me bring in John Coleman. He's in San Diego this morning. Thank you for being here.
It's nice to be on CNN. Hello to all your viewers. I resent you calling me a denier. That is a word meant to put me down. I'm a skeptic about climate change, and I want to make it darn clear Mr. Kenny's not a scientist. I am. He's the CEO of the Weather Channel now. I was the founder of the Weather Channel, not the co-founder.
And I'm glad you did, because I am addicted to the Weather Channel. I watch a lot of cable news.
Now, hold on just a minute. I'm not done. And CNN has taken a very strong position on global warming that it is a consensus. Well, there is no consensus in science. Science isn't a vote. Science is about facts. And if you get down to the hard, cold facts, there's no question about it. Climate change is not happening. There is no significant man-made global warming now. There hasn't been any in the past, and there's no reason to expect any in the future. There's a whole lot of baloney, and yes, it has become a big political point of the Democratic Party and part of their platform, and I regret it's become political instead of scientific, but the science is on my side.
I don't think we're going to come to a conclusion about the topic right here. What I do wonder,
though,
is when you see...
because you wouldn't allow it to happen on CNN. But I'm happy that I got on the air and got a chance to talk to your viewers. Hello, everybody. There is no global warming.
What I do want... So many Republicans have abandoned democracy. You have to hear the poisonous propaganda. What do folks in the reality-based media do in the coming weeks? Biden's secret emails. This is a classic example of the right-wing media machine.
When we're not able to say that Hunter Biden's laptop is a story worth pursuing.
You say we're not allowed, we're not able. Who's the people stopping the conversation? Who are they? Is it possible to make Fox News viewers change their minds about key issues just by having them change the channel? Entire media companies essentially exist to tear down Joe Biden. Can we have an honest conversation about gas prices? Or has the coverage been out of proportion? Out of step with the American public? Too much of the U.S. media chatter is distorted to the point of being dishonest. Dana Milbank, here's his column for the Post this weekend, and he says he has data to show that the press has turned more negative against Biden than the press was against Trump. What do you think about that? Does it ring true to you? Trump might have committed treason. What does Putin have on Trump? The U.S. president possibly working for the Russians. Is President Trump a racist? Is the Trump presidency a criminal presidency? Trump and some of his allies are promoting a hate movement against the American press. Why does Sarah Sanders still have a job? Is it time for newsrooms to think of new ways to convey Trump's lack of credibility? You might say the media hasn't earned your trust either. Okay, look up the stats for yourself. There's no way to tweet yourself out of impeachment. Impeachment. What I hear on Fox is that the media is obsessed about impeachment. Impeachment. Just imagine if Fox's right-wing hosts talked about Trump the way they talked about Barack Obama. Dealing with hardship actually makes you stronger. That's what Governor Cuomo said earlier today. That's what I'm going to go teach my kids right now at home.
So pretty funny stuff, right? But I'm sure this guy is going to be mad. I mean, he's just going to be all kinds pissed off. But, you know, like I said, really CNN as a whole is failing. It's just a propaganda arm of, you know, one half of the state, basically. And, you know, we need to just axe the entire thing. And I'm not talking about some kind of censorship. I'm saying it's failing. Right? What do? When corporations fail, they shut down. Okay, there's somebody obviously propping it up, because just like CNN Plus, they can't pull in viewers. But, you know, stay up and check this out. This is on the rest of the staff as well, just to give you a little taste of what they're about. Make sure to come back, like, share, subscribe. Remember, it's a new address, so definitely hit that sub button for me. All right? Smell you later.
This brand new research by Gallup says American trust in the mass media is at its lowest point since 2016 and near a record low overall.
Jeff Zucker has announced his immediate resignation as the president of CNN. This comes amid an investigation into what Jeff Zucker calls a consensual relationship.
What happened and where CNN goes from here?
You were caught masturbating on camera. You since then have been on leave from CNN. Do I have all that right?
You got it all right. Sad to say.
The biggest media story this weekend, it's the firing of Chris Cuomo from this network, CNN. Late Wednesday, a lawyer contacted CNN with a sexual misconduct complaint about Cuomo.
Joining me now, the man who accused Don Lemon of sexual assault. His accuser claims Lemon started rubbing himself.
But the even bigger point, I think, is about what the press is. Is it produced by reporters or by repeaters? Repeaters are the talk radio shouters. They're on TV and radio telling the same story every day. President Trump.
President Trump.
President Trump.
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 Trump. Trump. Trump. Trump.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Telling the same story every day.
Repeaters are Twitter trolls who anonymously amplify propaganda and try to wear the rest of us down with their repetition.
January 6th.
January 6th.
January 6th. January 6th.
January 6th.
January 6th.
January 6th.
January 6th.
Repetition.
The January 6th insurrection.
The insurrection.
The insurrection.
The insurrection.
The insurrection.
The insurrection.
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 Repetition. Repetition.
Repetition.
Repetition. Repetition.
Repetition.
So much of what they are repeating is from reporters, from the people paid to figure out what is true.
A widely held conspiracy theory that the coronavirus was created in a Chinese laboratory.
Dr. Fauci, thank you for keeping it straight. Thank you for fighting the good fight.
We know the science. We know that masks work.
What we have now is a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
This is really now a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
This is now a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
This is now a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
This is now a pandemic of the unvaccinated.
Much of the dossier has been corroborated.
What does Putin have on Trump? Has Trump been compromised?
But it does look like that young man to me is taunting the Native American Vietnam vet, and he's in his face.
There is no evidence of any wrongdoing by either Hunter or Joe Biden.
There's no evidence of wrongdoing by either Joe or Hunter Biden.
What you're seeing behind me is one of multiple locations that have been burning in Kenosha.
But this isn't about ideology.
The biggest terror threat in this country comes from radicals on the far right, primarily white men.
As a white woman, aware of my own privilege in this country, I am so angry, and I can't even begin.
Now, too many see the protests as the problem. No, the problem is what forced your fellow citizens to take to the streets.
A few moments later.
We're here inside CNN Center. We just threw something on fire, Chris. Something's on fire!
Nick, you all right?
We're getting out of here, Chris.
All right.
We are not fake news. We are real news.
And now the two faces of Hillary Clinton are coming out. The fact, through WikiLeaks, that she says one thing and...
Oh, no. All right, let's see if we can get Congressman Collins back. Obviously, we just lost the satellite feed. That sucks.
Routinely at these rallies, we are hearing chants of CNN sucks.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in
CNN sucks, man.
I was going to put him...
Idiots.